Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at Hasbro's Power Rangers X Street Fighter Lightning Collection, and this time it's Chun-Li, which some people say is the best one they've done. I mean, they've only done two, Ryu and Chun-Li. I think Ryu's awesome, Chun-Li is also awesome. I can't pick which one is actually a better design. Maybe I would say Ryu, but I don't know. Chun-Li looks really good. There's a lot to like about this figure, and there's a lot to like because Hasbro can do it. Hasbro can do so much better than we see on a daily basis from the Marvel team anyway, which is disappointing because a lot of the things I talk about don't require more budget. That's just an excuse. So anyway, this is a really good figure, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just over 15 centimeters, not counting that top little crest thing, and that's going to make her almost exactly 6 inches. So that will make her about 0.8, 0.9 Darwins, right around there. It's pretty close, but she's definitely a little bit shorter. Probably about 0.8 Darwins, I would say. Something like that. And so aesthetically speaking, this figure is awesome, but what's more important is doing a question of the day. I'll just put it out to you guys right now. Which one do you think is a better design? Ryu as Crimson Hawk Ranger, or Chun-Li as, what was it, Blazing Phoenix? I think that's what it was. It's a tough one. I don't like Chun-Li's shoulder pads as much, but I like her character design a little bit more. I think maybe because of the so similar colors here, it throws it off a bit. It's a toss-up for me, though. I like them both a bunch. Alright, so let's dive into the aesthetic. Look at the clean paintwork. That is nice. It looks really good. I still don't like the painted bronzy gold on top of the molded crappy gold, but it's clean. The yellow line work on the legs, that's also clean. Throwback to her Alpha costume. There's extra paintwork on the boots right there. They could have easily ignored that. That's good. The spikes definitely don't look good, though. They're yellow. They're molded yellow. They don't even look as gold as this, which is already not a good gold. The metallics need to be painted, frankly. I guess it's not as necessary for something up here, but these spikes, they don't look good. And then her belt, I don't think it has as much detail in it. It looks like it's missing a lot of detail. Do you guys have that same problem on your Chun-Li? Is it missing detail? Ryu's had a lot. I guess it didn't have a lot, but it had more. I don't know. Let me know what you guys, if yours looks like that. It might be defective on mine. Then the helmet. A lot of nice detail in there. Very clean paintwork. Overall, glossy visor's nice. The little tassel thingy's good, though I have a defective one up here. It doesn't peg in properly because it's got a warped nubbin. You see how it's kind of offset? The other one's not like that, and it pegs in properly. But yeah, overall, it's a very, very clean release. They even did the paint job on the back, and that's very clean. And all at the $34, $33 price point. I think it's right around there. We've had Marvel Legends that cost that much and come with nowhere near the accessories and nowhere near the quality. So these are a home run as far as I'm concerned as a concept. We're going to continue to go into the review to see if it's actually any good, but so far it is. I'm going to give the aesthetic a 9 out of 10. It definitely has some room for improvement, particularly with the gold, but it is really, really nice. It looks good. The little eyes on the Phoenix crest thingy, those aren't quite right. This one's jacked up a little bit, so it looks a little weird, but that's just mine probably. Looks like it'll be fine for most people. So yeah, really, really nice looking figure. Now, as far as accessories go, this figure does shine just like Ryu. We have the 2 fist hands and 2 open hands. That's it. That's probably enough, I'd say. I could always use more, though. We get the crappy display stand that's very milky and made out of a weird material. It feels like it's polypropylene rather than acrylic, but whatever. Mine's two-tone also. It's like purpley at the bottom, and then whatever. I don't like that. But we do get 3 effect parts. We get her fireball, which I'm guessing is a Kikoken. I don't know if it is in the game that these are from or not, but we have a nice fireball, or at least nice enough. We have her flash kick, which is surprisingly well done. There's a lot of plastic there. And then we get her Phoenix accessory, which does peg in as if it's a fireball type thing. And so that's very nicely done. And I do want to just mention really quickly, because I'm a doofus and somebody corrected me in my comment section. He did it in the most polite way. He's like, yeah, I didn't think this Ryu's thing pegged in either. It's almost impossible to find the hole. And but it is there, and I looked and I'm like, oh, it's not hard at all, it's right there. He was just being very nice. It does peg in. There's a hole right there. It pegs in just like that in the stand. So I don't remember who you were, but whoever it was that commented, thank you for correcting me and being so polite about it. But yeah, I'm just a doofus. So yeah, they do peg in. So she has all the effect parts, the hands and everything. That's fine. I think that's a good spread. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 for accessories. A flight stand would be good, something like that. More hands, I guess. But really, it gets 9 out of 10 because we need the unhelmeted heads. Ryu and Chun-Li heads should be packed in here, for sure, unless they're going to release more, in which case I'll buy them. They got me. But I would really like to have the unhelmeted heads on there. That'd be cool. Okay, so yeah, 9 out of 10 for accessories. Let's get into the articulation. The head, we have a ball peg at the top of the neck and at the bottom of the neck. It doesn't give the most range because of the way they're implemented. I think it'll be enough. And then, of course, these things do rotate, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's somewhat limited, but it'll do. I think it's okay. You do get a butterfly joint in here, which offers a decent amount of range, and it's hidden, so it doesn't matter that it's fairly ugly. So that's okay. You get decent extra range. This is soft enough that you can still pose the arms some, but like you're not going to use that butterfly going forward at all. It's mostly going to be for adjustment type stuff. Yeah, I think having this so low in the front is just totally impractical. They definitely probably could have, they probably could have, let me start over. They definitely could have designed this to have way less front hanging armor because it impedes the arm range a ton. And it doesn't matter in a video game, but as an action figure, it's a problem. So those of you with an X-Acto knife and a steady hand, you may want to just fudge it and kind of cut along one of these lines a little bit, like cheat in just a little bit and then cut right along there and give yourself a lot better range. But it's still okay. All right, and then the shoulder, it's a standard ball hinge on top of that butterfly joint, and it gets up to horizontal, so that's okay. Bicep swivel is fine. Pinless joints, by the way, double jointed elbow. Well, one joint goes better than 90. Let's see if I can get both joints going here. This chest armor is really getting in the way. It's annoying. Yeah, I'm only getting one joint to move. I can't get the top one to move, but you can see it has really good range, and with that second joint, you'll be fine. Let me try on this side. I don't know why that one's stuck. Oh, yeah, this one's fine. So that one's just a little bit stuck. So yeah, really, really good range in the elbows. Even with those bicep bands on there, which are separate pieces, you could technically remove them if you wanted. It works fine. So good range there. Wrists are on hinges and swivels, as you would expect. These pieces, they feel like they're molded on. They almost look like they are too. I can't quite tell, but they don't seem to be separate pieces, so that's interesting. Maybe they're just glued on. But yeah, you could easily touch that up with some gold or some silver even. I think some silver, it doesn't need to be all gold. You can put some silver on there, and I think those spikes would have looked way better. Anyway, diaphragm joint at the top is fairly loose and lacks range. It's okay. You get your waist twist. Then the bottom joint, there isn't one. As far as I can tell, this bottom part does not move. And it doesn't seem like it does. It doesn't seem like I'm missing something. But I can't really grab it, but it doesn't feel like it moves. So I think it's just the one diaphragm joint, which is fairly loose and not great. So that's a bit of a bummer. She's going to be hard-pressed to pose properly doing a flash kick. For the hips, we have the dreaded hinged ball pegs. Going out to the side, they're fine. Let me zoom out a little bit. So that's good. The hinge does drop down and pose a problem, like it always does. It's very annoying. It's loose, and when you go to pose it, it does things you don't want it to do. And it doesn't really help that much. So that's with the hinge down. And that's with the hinge up. Like, you get virtually no difference. Like, practically speaking, it's almost nothing. Those hinges need to go. But she has decent enough range. Anyway, going back is a problem because she does have a little bit of cake. Just a little bit. Thigh swivel is stuck. That one's stuck. That one's fine. Thigh swivel's fine. Yours will be fine, most likely, and even if it is stuck, that's very unlikely to break. I know they have done that in the past. Just give it a little wiggle, and you should, and you should be fine. So that's all right. Double jointed knee, again, pinless. Not the best range in the world, but it's good enough. I think that's fine. And then you do get a boot swivel, so that's good. And the ankles go all the way back, and pretty far forward, I'll take it, and the ankle rocker is decent. So that is fine with me. Articulation-wise, it's not the best, but I think it's good enough given the looks and the accessories. I think that's a fine compromise, though I would have preferred better articulation, and you don't need things like the hinged ball peg, or hinged hips. Things like that are a problem. The chest is limited. That's the problem, but it's still okay. I'll give it a 7 for articulation. I do want to mention, though, she has relatively muscular female-shaped legs. We never see that. There's no way they could have done Chun-Li without it. Why can't the superheroes in the comic books have those? Why do all the female superheroes from the comic books have little skinny legs? I don't get it. But yeah, this looks good. It poses well enough, I guess, and the accessories are pretty awesome at the price point. So I'm going to give it an overall rating of 9 out of 10. Definitely some room for improvement, but I don't think you're going to buy this and be disappointed. You might be at certain things like the torso being limited and stuff like that, but overall you're going to be like, yes, I would like that in my collection, and if you have, you'll think, I am glad I have it in my collection. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that, and in the meantime, keep collecting.